How you doing? This is Ashley. This is the video that you spoke to Gary about. So I did some research, I did some digging, and this is the video that I want to go over with you. I have a lot of good information that I would love to share with you. And yeah, so I don't want to waste either of our time, so I will try to keep this video as short as possible. So with all the information that I will provide, if you have any questions whatsoever, just reach out. We can talk and kind of take things from there. So the first thing I want to start with is your current website. Now, your website is not a bad site. You have a good look, a good vibe to it. Your logo could be seen a little bit better, but that's just me nitpicking. You have a nice looking layout as far as your site goes, but it's just lacking the internal stuff. Your site can be as beautiful as you want, but if you don't have the internal stuff, the stuff that makes your website run and powerful, then it don't matter how good looking your site is or not, because no one's going to see it. And I hope that makes sense. So looking at your site, when it comes to having a site, it's all about how user friendly it is, how easy it is to navigate that site, and to be able to cater to different types of people who are coming to your website for whatever reason. Now, what I mean when I say that is when somebody comes to your site, they don't want to have to scroll and read and dig and click to figure out what services you offer, let alone what areas you offer those services in. So we like to offer and showcase all of that information right from the beginning of the site, and you guys are doing a great job of that. In drop-down menus, you have all of your commercial services, all your residential services, and then you have all your service areas. This is all great for user friendliness and, honestly, client conversions. Now, one thing that I would suggest for you guys to implement is a form submission option. So you guys have a click-to-call phone number. Oh, that might not be a click-to-call, actually. So I would definitely recommend having a click-to-call phone number. They're great for client conversions, and they cater to specific types of people coming to your site. Nobody wants to have to remember a number or memorize it, especially nowadays. So just implementing that will definitely help. But having a form submission option is great because it caters to the opposite type of people where they might not be able to talk on the phone. You know, they might be at work still, whatever the case may be. So we need to have multiple ways for people to get a hold of you for the services that you're offering. The next thing I want to touch base on is your content. Now, when it comes to content, it's considered king in the eyes of Google, and that is because Google can only read. So the more content you have, the better. Now, you guys have a little bit, which is definitely a start, but it's not enough to be considered an authority in the eyes of Google. You need a minimum of 1,500 words, and that's not of just any old written content. That's professionally written, keyword-rich, authoritative content. So basically, if we were to work together, what I would do is go do competitive keyword research. Based on that research, I'd find the keywords that we know are going to bring you and your business more business. We take those keywords, send them out to our professional content writers, and what they do is they strategically embed those keywords throughout the content that they're writing about you and the services that you have to offer. Now, that content is very important because if you don't have enough content, then Google isn't able to decipher if you're a legit company or not, and we're not able to fit in those keywords, which are so very important because they're what people type in Google to find you. If you don't have any keywords in your content, nobody's going to know that you exist. So if your competitor has more content than, let's say they have 2,000 words of content, they're considered an authority, but now they're beating you guys out. So now we need to go get more content than what they have. So speaking of your competitor, I did a general search in Google, and these guys are one of your competitors that I want to show you. They have a very outdated site. It's nothing special, but it is outranking what your site is currently looking like. And that's where looks don't matter in the way that you think. So these guys, what they have going for them is they have more content than what you guys currently have, and that's just that. And that is not, that's an easy fix, I'll put it that way. Now, if we come over here to a paid resource that I pay monthly for, we're currently looking at your stats. Your trust flow of your site is an 18 out of 100. Your backlinks, which is what ranks your website in Google, is only a 3.4, which tells me the backlinks that you have are not doing you any good. And that's where we want the most relevant backlinks for the most effectiveness, which comes into play with SEO, which is what we provide. Now, looking at all your stats, you're only getting one person a month to your website. That is nowhere near what you could or should be getting based on what your competitors are getting. So if we take a look at your competitors, we can see the stats that they have and look at the traffic that they're getting. They're getting 60 people to their site each and every month. Keep in mind, this is just one of your competitors. If I were to show you each one of your competitors, this video would have been hours long, but I can again do that if you are interested. So going back here, I'm just going to break down Google for you a little bit based on this search that I did. So basically Google's broken down into 3 different sections. The first section typically is the Google guaranteed ads. Some areas and some services don't offer them, and as of right now, this area and this service does not offer them. So the first thing we see is the Google the Google My Business section. This area is a very important section to want to be in, as any section of Google is. Remember how earlier I said some people come to your site to call, some people come to your site to message? That's the same thing with Google. Some people come to Google and they strictly go to the ads, other people go to the organic section, so on and so forth. If we get you in each of those spots, you have the highest odds to be chosen. Now, you're currently ranked in this section for landscaping, but that does not mean you're ranked in this section for all the other keywords that you should be found for. So we would dig through and find all the ones that you're not ranking for and get you ranked in there. And how we would do that is by using citations that we create. We would do geotagging pictures, we would do reviews, making sure you get reviews, I should say, and so on and so forth. So this last section of Google is the organic section. It directly deals with your website. Again, a very important section to want to be in. You are nowhere to be found, which is obviously an issue because you're missing out on all the business. So in order to get you here, we need to go and create what are called backlinks, and we create them by using the most relevant backlinks for the most effectiveness. And that is where these backlinks here that you have, that I was showing you earlier, are not doing you any good. But again, you see what you're getting versus what you could be getting, so reach out. I'd love to talk some more, and yeah, we can take it from there. All right, have a good one. Bye.